This is not what I wanted. Train to Busan, the first film, is one of my favourite thrillers. I think it's absolutely sensational. It's terrifying, it's fabulous, it's flawless. When I heard that they were releasing a second one, I thought, brilliant, cannot wait, going to be amazing. I didn't do any research into this before watching it because I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to experience it without any prejudice. But now that I've watched it and I've actually done some background reading, it's very obvious that it's a very different film and that I shouldn't have expected something similar. Now, that's not to say it's a bad film. It's to say that it's not what I wanted. It's not what I hoped for. Maybe it's not what I needed. The reason why it feels so different is that the first film to me felt very much like a thriller, a horror thriller. This one feels more like an action film. Peninsula is all about violence and fast car chases, and I will say there's some amazing camera angles and some fantastic camera work with these high-speed scenes. It's very quick, very fast-paced, and I feel like it's been very well put together. It's just not what I wanted. So, to make a long story short, 4 years after Train to Busan, this zombie virus has spread to all of South Korea. And obviously, the entire of South Korea is up against this virus. And that sounds interesting, and it really does sound very fascinating, and I love this kind of zombie apocalypse virus, especially just now with coronavirus. But the reason it doesn't work for me personally is because there are more car chases than there are zombie scenes. Now, when we do have people kind of becoming possessed by this virus, it's beautifully done. The first time we see it is shocking and sudden, and I thought this was setting us up for the tone of the film, where we were going to get a lot of that, and we're going to have these bloodthirsty, savage zombies causing chaos and maybe giving us some jump scares and all these great thrilling horror aspects. But really, it's more government-led. Lots of gun car chases, fast scenes, not that many zombies. Now, that's not to say there are no zombies. It is still a zombie film. But it's not like Train to Busan. It's nothing like that film. And that's not necessarily a flaw with this film, because it's obvious when you read around it, and if I read about it beforehand, it's obvious that it's actually more of an action film than it is a thriller. It's a completely different feel. They're taking what they did in the first film and giving it a different flavour. And that's not necessarily bad, because a lot of sequels are just basically poor replicas of the first film. But with this, they're giving it a different direction. They're allowing it to grow a little bit and become something much bigger. It just wasn't what I was wanting. So I have no specific complaints about the film. The sound was fine, editing was really great, the acting was fine, the zombies, when we saw them, were good. I really enjoyed them. The pacing was fabulous. It was very quick, very constant. You've got no time to breathe. It does pull you along with it. It's very fast. But it's not like the first film. So if you're going into this looking for something that's going to provide the same thrill ride that Train to Busan did, Peninsula is not going to do that. You may still like this, particularly if you like action films, but I'm not a big fan of action films. I never have been, and I maybe never will be. So for me, it just didn't deliver what I was looking for. A decent film in general, but if you absolutely love Train to Busan, I feel like the second one's definitely going to let you down.